are picking up our puppy today, and we are picking up a golden Labrador. I'm so excited. Definitely not the breed that I wanted. A golden lab is a mix of a golden retriever and a Labrador retriever, which are like the two best breeds for families, so that I'm excited about. But my dream dog has always been a golden retriever. I kind of had to make amends and make concessions with Matt because he is not a fan of golden retrievers. He doesn't like the fur, he doesn't like the maintenance, he doesn't like any of that stuff. So I said, okay, let's meet in the middle, let's get a Labrador and let's get a golden retriever mixed into one. I'm very excited because I haven't heard much about that mix. I hear that it's like the best of both worlds. So yeah, I'm excited. We've had an interesting case of dog stuff. We walked into a shelter, we fell in love with a puppy, and as new pet parents, we had at that point in time no idea about anything dog related. We just knew that we wanted a dog, and we fell in love with that puppy and we decided to adopt it on the spot. A part of that is our fault, of course. We should have slept on it, came home, slept on it, and then came back to pick up the dog, but we decided to bring the dog home on the spot. Came to find out that we ended up adopting a pit bull mix. And I have my opinions on pit bulls, but ultimately that's not the breed that we wanted for our family. So we had the puppy for 72 hours and I just made the decision to return her just because I didn't want to get attached. She was a wonderful puppy. We did bring her back and we decided that, you know what, we're going to do our research this time and we're going to get the breed that best suits our lifestyle. When it comes to adopting, I just feel like shelters have to do a little bit better at disclosing, one, the type of breed that is up for adoption, and two, vetting candidates who want to adopt. There was no questions. There were no questions. Just sign right here on the spot and get to step in. It felt a little weird. I wasn't a fan of the whole process. But anyways, we put a deposit on a breed that we both kind of decided on. I have a name picked out, but he doesn't like the name. I like the name. And we're gonna go pick him up. So let's go. Okay, so Mike Vanessa here. I need to show you guys all of the things, well, some of the things that I did to plan for this puppy. I bought a crate. I believe that this is the 48 inches. So it's 48 inches. I think this is the largest size that you can get. I decided to just pick up the large crate from the jump so that we wouldn't have to change crates as he gets older and bigger. I also bought a crate cover so he can feel nice and comfortable and warm and have his own safe space. And then I did end up buying him a bunch of toys, one of which is in his crate that you see there. I also got like a little mattress crate or crate mattress. Crate itself comes with a tray, but I just didn't find that very comfortable for him, so I bought a mattress as well. And we are picking him up. This is us picking him up. Look how cute he looks. Oh my god, he's adorable. He is so adorable, and he grew so much from the first time that we met him and placed a deposit. He did so well in the car. The breeder sent us home with a bag of kibbles, and it was just such a neat experience picking up a puppy for the first time. And this is his first night. I set out all of his toys to see what he would like. Make sure that you get them lots of toys, guys, just for like their enrichment. Things that crinkle, things that have squeakies in them, so squeaky toys, but just be very careful. Make sure that you are supervising their playtime with those squeaky toys because sometimes they could actually rip through the fabric and swallow the squeaky device that's in the squeaky toy, so just be careful. But here he is. He's just so cute. I can't stop saying it. So yeah, the first night we just had him playing with all of his toys. He was honestly so nervous. He wasn't really engaging with us, but that's completely normal. They just came out of their litter. They just got taken away from their mom and dad, guys. So if they're a little nervous or they're a little bit anxious, that's completely normal. Here he is with my daughter and in his playpen. So we have a crate set up upstairs, and that's where he slept for the first couple of nights, and he will continue to sleep in there as well. And then downstairs downstairs, we do have the playpen. And in the playpen, I have his water set up. I had his toys. I got the Snuggle Puppy, which has a heartbeat that actually beats. So they can feel very calm. It's very soothing. So he has that in there as well in some of his blankets. I would say he had a really good night. My kids kind of scared him, especially my toddler, because he was just throwing a tantrum. So that really, really scared him. And P.S., his name is Bruno. I know that there's so many Brunos out there, but I just couldn't resist. I absolutely love the name. The next morning, I woke up and I decided to give him a carrot to see how he would do. He wasn't a fan. He wasn't the biggest fan, but eventually this is what he started doing. So I think that he may have liked it, but I did give him the carrot for a while there while I prepped his breakfast. He ate really well, but he was still really, really nervous and shy. I just made sure to just give him a lot of cuddles. Then I prepared him a licky mat. This is with peanut butter and banana, and I placed it on the door to the backyard, and this is what happened. He completely peeled it off. So these do stick well, but if you have a puppy like mine who is a little strong and a little determined, this is what they may do. I continued giving him different toys just for different types of enrichment and for him to just feel comfortable. We then went out for a potty break, and I have a harness and a leash attachment just to start off with. So we went into the backyard where we know that it's safe because he doesn't have all of his shots yet. And this is what he decided to do. He decided to catch snowflakes, which completely fine with me, although it is freezing. Eventually, he did start to walk a little bit more into the backyard because initially he was just staying on the patio, but then he finally started walking into the actual backyard. And trust me when I say this, he didn't do a damn thing. He didn't pee, he didn't poo. We're going to try again later. I also filled up his Kong with a little bit of peanut butter and some treats as well. And I just held it while he was working away at it, just as another way to kind of build that trust up and know that, he's safe and he's in his new home. But yeah, those were the first, I want to say 48 hours with Bruno. Lots of shyness, lots of nerves. He was really anxious, but we just focused on getting him to know his name and really trusting us. Okay, guys, after the first 3 days, this is Bruno. I mean, what? I don't know if I got a different dog or a new dog or who this dog is, but this is Bruno. And guys, this is completely normal. This is what they do. They will chew and they will nibble and they will nip. I was actually wondering how long it would take him to get to this stage, but here we are. And then he's back to chewing on my slippers. So I just redirected that behavior and gave him a yak chew, which I was really excited about because I heard that this is supposed to keep them occupied for like an hour or like 15-20 minutes. He kind of liked it for a bit, but as you can see, after literally like 2 minutes, he was over it and he was just like, nope, I got to return to the slipper. So I put him back in the pen because honestly, he was really, really overtired and overstimulated. I ended up giving him a ripped blanket because I thought that that might entertain him for a little longer. And I did hide some treats in the blanket. But here we are again, just the nibbling, picking up things that he shouldn't. I mean, he's gone from 0 to 100 real quick. I mean, he came in here anxious, quiet, nervous. No, under there was a T-Rex in the making. We've been doing well with potty training. So now he will actually walk past the patio because previously he was kind of scared of even going outside. So I enticed him with lots and lots of treats. We did lots and lots of positive reinforcement. And now he's going outside into the backyard and peeing and pooing. We've gotten to pee, we've gotten to poo outside, which was excellent. And in terms of sleeping in his crate, he's been doing so well. Here he is. He actually sleeps through the night, y'all. So, which I'm so happy for because I was not about waking up every 2 hours at night to take him out, but he actually sleeps through the night. And I do recommend crate training your puppy right away. It gives them a safe space. It helps with potty training. If they're too overstimulated, you can send them in there with an enrichment activity. Overall, I just truly believe in crate training. So since we got Bruno, it's been super hard to just keep on top of cooking and groceries. So here I am just trying to meal plan and meal prep. I'm a busy mom, so I just can't keep up with all of the things. So I've started meal planning and meal prepping and basically cooking all of the meals for the week all in one day. So this is what I was doing here while Bruno was hanging out in his pen. I am going to try socializing him today. We've been kind of socializing him already. We did buy a sling to be able to socialize him because I definitely want to socialize him. I don't want him under socialized. You can definitely socialize your pups without them having all of their vaccines. Just make sure that they're not on the floor. Really good forms of socialization is even just sitting in the car and just having your puppy just watch people go by. It's really, really good for them. If they hear new sounds, if they see new people, up to you to weigh the risks and the rewards. Personally, I don't want the risk of an under-socialized or not well socialized puppy. So we're definitely going to go out and about today, run some errands, and take him along. So like I said, this is what you want to do if your puppy doesn't have all of their shots. You can carry them in a sling or some form of dog or puppy carrier and just have them see new people, hear new sounds. All of that stuff really helps with socialization. I truly believe in the power of socialization. You want to make sure that your dog is able to remain neutral in all sorts of environments and situations, and this definitely helps. Okay, so we are still going back and forth with the name. I was dead set on Bruno, and my husband's like, I'm not really sure if I'm vibing with that. And that was like from day one. We're gonna try to rename him Kobe, and let's see how that goes. Kobe. Kobe. I'm telling you right now, it was a fail. It was a fail. Bruno, it is. My husband is just going to have to get over it. So we're keeping the name Bruno, and I personally love it. So on this day, he was really, really chewy. And yeah, the chewing continues. He's been very, very chewy, and it's gotten progressively worse. I'm assuming it's because he's going to start teething sooner rather than later. And you know what? This is just something puppies do. So I've come to understand it. Sometimes I kind of get into my feels, and I'm like, I'm over it. I don't want a puppy. I can't. It's too much. I think those are called the puppy blues, but honestly, as long as he's contained and we do give him something that he can chew on, that's safe for him to chew on, I am learning not to mind it as much. Here we have more licky mats, and he absolutely loves it. This one is a Greek and blueberry flavored one, and I'm just getting more and more creative with the different licky mats that I give him. 100% recommend the licky mat. If you don't have one for your puppy, definitely invest in one. And here we are for more cuddles. Oh, even though he's driving me crazy, he is really, really cute, y'all. And sometimes we'll be petting him and this happens. He just wants to bite, y'all. He just wants to chew on something. I'm learning to redirect. I'm learning to just send him right into the pen for a little bit of a timeout. We're not using it as a form of punishment, but as a form of you've had a little bit too much excitement, so you need to calm down. You need to relax. Okay, so let's do a weekly check-in. Okay, so accidents. We've had several accidents inside of the house, but it's been less and less and less. We are doing active potty training. We are crate training. So he does sleep completely through the night, which is excellent, awesome. And then what I realized that would help or has helped is that I am cutting off his meals and water at like 6:30. So his last meal of the day is 6:30, and then he goes to potty outside at around 7:30, and then we know that he's kind of good to go for the night. Crate training has gone spectacularly well. He loves his crate. In fact, he goes in there on his own. We do leave it open for him to have like free access to. We socialize him so much. Like, I know I explained how important it is for me to have a socialized pup. I definitely did not want him under socialized. So we would bring him to basketball games. He would just stay in the carrier just to make sure that he's not on the floor. We've done so much training. I am so happy to say that he is so easy to train. It is beautiful. We started with basic training. So the first thing that we did was made sure that he knew his name. He was very comfortable with us. He would trust us. So I would do things like feed him his dinner directly from my hand, lots of cuddles. I was initially thinking it wasn't a good fit, but after having him for a week, I absolutely adore him. He is adorable. He gets along great with the kids. I am looking for all sorts of ways to keep him stimulated. We're realizing that he's a really active dog. So yeah, the training has gone well. The settling in is going a lot better. The potty training, we're getting there. But the biting, oh my God. He won't stop biting. That's just facts. But we're working on it. We're gonna see how it goes. Stay. Stay. Go. Yes. Good job. Good. Okay. Today was scary. I just woke up and noticed that Bruno vomited, and he actually vomited last night, but I honestly just thought it was a one-off. I'm a mom to 4 kids, and when they get sick, I freak out. But when he threw up, I literally felt like he was going to die. The thing about dogs getting sick was like, this is probably going to cost me money. And if my kids get sick, I can go to the pharmacy. I can pick up some Benadryl. But when dogs get sick, that's a vet bill. You know what I mean? Woke up this morning to get him out of his crate for morning routine time and noticed that he had thrown up inside of his crate. And there was a worm in the vomit. I'm going to post the picture. Trigger warning if you don't like gross things. This is the picture of the worm. Thought he might have eaten a spaghetti. I mean, we've had pasta in the last couple of days. No, I did my research. Turns out it is a worm. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, is he going to die? Is he sick? What? Called my vet right away, and they are able to see me today. And that's where we're going. We're going to go to the vet and figure this one out, because yeah, it just freaked me out, and I just definitely want to be on the safe side, but we're gonna go take care of that. Scare over. We are back from the vet. So there's 2 things that I'm really annoyed about. One, I will admit, Bruno was from a backyard breeder. It's not something that I'm proud of. It is something that we found out after the fact. Like I said, I'm still learning. This is all so new to me. I didn't even know that there was a difference between an ethical breeder and a backyard breeder. I encourage you to do your research before you buy a dog, because there's so much to learn, and I'm still learning. So typically speaking, he should have came home with his next set of dewormers, or the next 2 sets, and he didn't. So I was stressing out. I'm actually not even sure if he was dewormed to begin with. The breeder said that he was, but I'm not sure why he would have a worm of that size if he was dewormed already. Puppies need to be typically dewormed every 2 weeks until they are 12 weeks of age. And I had no idea, y'all. I mean, like I said, I'm still learning. He did have another one in his poop that I actually forgot to mention when I spoke to you guys earlier. But he had a worm in his poop not too long ago. So there's 2 worms, one in his poop, one in his vomit. It leads me to believe that he was never dewormed in the first place. It's just little things with backyard breeders that I'm starting to realize is not good. Ethical breeders would make sure that their puppies are dewormed, they're vaccinated, they're all the things before they do go home. He also had a rash under his belly, and we think that it's an allergic reaction to chicken. His breeder had him on chicken kibble. The rash likely started at the breeder's house. Now, the breeder, for all intents and purposes, looked fairly clean. So I'm not entirely sure where he got the rash from, which is why we're led to believe that it was most likely an allergic reaction. They prescribed us antibiotics for the rash, a dewormer as well. Let's see how it goes. It hasn't been a good 24 hours, but let's carry on and see how the rest of the week goes. Okay, y'all, let's see if he likes the pineapple, because I'm learning that he's really picky, and I'm learning that he doesn't like fruits and vegetables. Like, what are you on, Bruno? But let's see if he actually likes his pineapple. Okay. Okay. But no, here we are with another licky mat. It is now the evening time, and I made him a Greek yogurt and peanut butter licky mat, and he absolutely devoured it. So Greek yogurt is actually really, really good for them. And then you can give them peanut butter, but just make sure that there's no xylitol in it. So if you just go to the store and pick up some peanut butter, just make sure that the main ingredient is peanut butter, and that is safe to give to your puppies. It's Bruno's second round of shots. I'm so excited because I've been wanting to take him all over the place, and because he's unvaccinated, I keep carrying him around in slings, and it's kind of starting to annoy me. We haven't even done one walk around the neighborhood. We are waiting for his second round of shots so that he can start going on walks around the neighborhood. So that's what we're doing today. Don't mind the mess. This is why I like this corner, because you can't see the rest of the room. We purchased this house in August, and we've been living without renovations since then. It's an older home. It needs renovations, and this is the year that we're most likely going to get the house renovated. But for now, we're living as is, okay? So don't mind the boxes and the messes. It's not completely terrible that we haven't renovated yet, because he's eating the baseboards, he's chipping at the walls, he's doing all of the puppy things. We ended up taking him off of the antibiotics that the vet prescribed because his rash was actually getting worse, and also because of the antibiotics he ended up developing diarrhea, and we actually just went ahead and switched his protein. When we switched the protein, the rash disappeared in like 3 days. So I'm not entirely sure why the vet told me to pay almost $80 for antibiotics that did nothing, when we could have just switched his protein from the jump and he would have been fine. We actually did Purina, and that didn't go so well. And then we ended up going with Simply Nourish, which is an in-house brand for PetSmart, and it's gone really, really well. These are like my vlog PJs. I love vlogging in them. I just feel so comfortable, and they're super old, but I feel really comfortable in them. It's January 26th. Everyone's home. He's done really, really well with training. He's gotten so many commands down. We started off, like I said, focusing on his name and the basic training, and then a lot of threshold training, lots and lots of recall, and just desensitization. So I've been like running the vacuum close to him, running the blow dryer next to him. I've been brushing his teeth, so we've been doing a little bit of grooming. He actually went to the groomers for the first time yesterday, and he ended up looking so sparkling new. It was great. He is still so chewy. I'm not entirely sure when it will end. Everyone says that once his adult teeth start coming in, my kids. But everyone says that once the adult teeth start coming in, it should subside, and we're just constantly redirecting. And if he gets too crazy, straight into your pen you go. Had a little bit of puppy blues like a couple of days ago because he just would not stop nipping and biting. I realized that if that's the case, he needs to go down for a nap. So we're also working on that 2 to 1 hour ratio. So if you're up for an hour, you go down for 2 hours. If you're up for 2 hours, you should probably go down for 4 hours. And it's honestly helped whenever he gets too crazy and too overstimulated. We just came home with a second puppy. What? It just sort of happened, honestly. Her name is Melody, and she's a golden retriever. Like I said, the golden retriever has been like my dream puppy. So I don't even know how this fell into our hands, but did. Have we done something crazy? We've done something a little crazy, but nothing tried, nothing gained. So this is Melody. Here she is. You want to say hi? Hi. Do you want to say hi? So if I don't supervise their playtime, they will play for hours.